Introduction to the hidden gems of the used truck market. Right now, there are three specific pickup trucks sitting on used car lots that salespeople truly struggle to move. Yet every technician I know is snagging them for their own families. These are not fixer-uppers. These are not vehicles that are only good enough because of price compromises. I am talking about trucks that will rack up 300,000 miles on nothing more than standard oil changes and brake pads, selling for thousands of dollars below their true value because of one ridiculous reason. Most buyers do not even know they exist. After 2 decades of working on trucks, I have watched people overpay for Tacomas and F-150s, while these three just collect dust on the lot waiting for someone sharp enough to take notice. And truck number one? That has been my go-to recommendation for years now. I have steered dozens of customers toward them, and not a single one has returned with a major repair bill. Not one. Today, I am breaking down my three most underrated used pickup trucks on the market. These are the ones delivering Toyota-level durability at bargain basement prices. I am going deepest on number one because that truck will completely change how you approach buying a used pickup. Let us dive in. Top 1 Honda Ridgeline. Coming in at number 3 is a truck that mechanics genuinely enjoy seeing roll into the bay. Not because it keeps us busy with repairs, but because when it does need attention, everything is straightforward and affordable. And right now you can grab one for under $20,000. Last spring, a guy in his early 50s came to me wanting an inspection on a used Ford Ranger he was eyeing. It was a 2019 with 87,000 miles, and the dealer wanted $24,000. I went through the maintenance records, checked what repairs were approaching, and gave him the straight talk. I told him he was about to drop $24,000 on a truck that needs $2,800 in work within the next year. That turbocharged four-cylinder has cooling system concerns waiting to surface. He asked what I would recommend instead. I pulled up my phone and showed him a 2019 Honda Ridgeline RTLT with the V6. It had 52,000 miles for $21,500. It was more refined, had a better reliability track record, and cost $2,500 less money. He picked it up that same week. That was 14 months ago. You know what he has spent on repairs? Exactly $95 for an oil change and a cabin air filter. Here's the reality about the second-generation Ridgeline from 2017 to the present that nobody discusses. Honda finally nailed the formula. The 3.5 LV6 in these trucks is genuinely bulletproof. It is naturally aspirated with no turbochargers to fail and no timing belt to swap out. It runs a timing chain engineered to outlast the engine itself. The transmission is Honda's proven N-speed automatic that they have refined across years of production. This is not some experimental dual-clutch system that certain manufacturers gambled on. It is a conventional torque converter automatic that shifts cleanly and holds up indefinitely. RepairPal gives the Ridgeline a 3.5 out of 5 reliability rating with average annual repair costs of just $502. That is $150 less than the mid-size truck segment average and nearly $150 below the industry average for all vehicles. Consumer Reports has consistently ranked it among the most reliable mid-size trucks in their surveys. Current market prices should frustrate anyone who bought differently. A 2019 Honda Ridgeline RTL with 65,000 miles runs $18,000 to $23,000. For a comparable year, Toyota Tacoma TRD with similar mileage, you are looking at $28,000 to $33,000. That is a $10,000 gap for a truck that in my hands costs less to maintain over time and drives considerably better on pavement. The priciest repair I have ever performed on a Ridgeline was a water pump at 142,000 miles, which was $620 for parts and labor. The typical unexpected repair on a same vintage Ranger runs around $850. When you are inspecting a used Ridgeline, focus on these things. Examine the bed-in-bed trunk seal. Some earlier models developed water intrusion issues. Open that trunk, run your hand around the seal, and look for moisture or mold. It is not catastrophic, but factor in $200 if it needs resealing. Road test it on the highway and accelerate from 50 to 75 mph. If you detect any hesitation or stumbling, investigate the transmission. Most are flawless, but the occasional unit needs attention. Inspect the paint around the wheel arches and hood edges. Certain 2017 to 2019 models experienced minor clear coat concerns in humid environments. Scout for bubbling or flaking. Study the bed and tailgate mechanism. The dual-action tailgate can swing down or sideways. Confirm both functions operate smoothly with no binding. Who should grab this truck? Anyone wanting something that genuinely handles well while remaining practical. The Ridgeline manages corners like an SUV. Honda's chassis engineers are obsessed with driving dynamics, and it shows. If you are planning to keep a truck beyond 200,000 miles and want rock-bottom maintenance bills, this is your machine. If you are exhausted from overpaying for the Toyota emblem, this is your alternative. Who should pass? If you need serious towing muscle, the Ridgeline caps at 5,000 pounds. If you want hardcore off-road capability, look elsewhere. The Ridgeline is designed for pavement and mild trails, not boulder fields. And if your truck needs to project rugged masculinity, the Ridgeline's crossover styling might not fit the image. Here is the ownership math on the Ridgeline. Purchase it for $20,000, drive it 150,000 miles, and anticipate spending roughly $3,500 on maintenance total. You will not discover a superior cost per mile proposition in the midsize truck segment. Top 2 Toyota Tundra truck number 2 features some of the lowest long-term ownership costs of any full-size pickup on American roads. It is lower than the F-150, lower than the Silverado, and it depreciates like people have forgotten it exists. I have been monitoring this pattern for years. Whenever a Toyota Tundra arrives at my shop, I am almost disappointed because there is nothing broken. Oil changes, brake pads, tire rotations, that is the extent of it. Recently, I had a 2016 Tundra come through with 172,000 miles. The owner bought it new, drove it for 9 years, and wanted to know what major service was looming. I put it on the lift. I examined the suspension, brakes, and the undercarriage. I pulled codes and checked the transmission fluid. My findings were nothing significant. The original spark plug still had adequate life remaining. I told her to return in another 25,000 miles. She looked at me like I was joking. I get that reaction constantly with these trucks. Toyota accomplished something remarkable with the second-generation Tundra from 2007 to 2021. They kept the engineering conservative, while competitors added complexity. The 5.7 Li Force V8 does not employ a turbocharger that can fail. It does not have a continuously variable transmission prone to slipping. It utilizes a timing chain built to survive the engine's lifetime, paired with a traditional 6-speed automatic proven across more than a decade of production. Here is the technical detail that counts. Toyota engineered this truck to be mechanically simple on purpose. While Ford was experimenting with twin-turbo EcoBoost engines and Ram was adding air suspensions, Toyota stuck with a naturally aspirated V8 and conventional suspension. That simplicity translates directly into reliability. C-Cars analyzed over 300 million vehicles and found the Toyota Tundra has an average lifespan of 344 miles, with a 55.4% probability of reaching 200,000 miles during its usable life. That earned it an 8.4 out of 10 reliability rating, ranking it first among all full-size trucks in their database. And it is not just data. Real owners have pushed Tundras to extraordinary mileage. Victor Shepard's 2007 Tundra reached 1 million miles in 2016. Toyota took the truck back for inspection and gifted him a new one in appreciation. Another 2007 Tundra hit 1 million miles in 2019. These are not urban legends. They are documented cases. RepairPal reports average annual maintenance costs for the Tundra at around $606. That is over $300 less than the full-size truck segment average of $930. The probability of a severe repair is lower than competitors, and when repairs are needed, they are generally straightforward and affordable. Now let us examine the market because this is where it becomes absurd. A 2018 Toyota Tundra SR5 with 85,000 miles goes for $26,000 to $31,000. A 2018 Ford F-150 XLT with identical mileage goes for $24,000 to $29,000. It is actually cheaper in many cases. But here is the catch. The F-150 will cost you significantly more in maintenance over the following 100,000 miles, and it has a higher probability of major repairs. The Tundra's 5.7L V8 is the same engine family that powered the Lexus LX 570. I am not exaggerating. It has the same basic architecture and the same legendary Toyota durability. It just operates. Here is the repair breakdown from my shop with real numbers. Brake pads on all four wheels run $350. Transmission fluid service costs $210. Water pump replacement, if it ever fails, which is uncommon, runs $700. These are actual figures from years of servicing these trucks, not dealer quotes. When shopping for a Tundra, here is my inspection protocol. First, verify the vehicle identification number against recall databases. Some 2007 to 2008 models had frame rust issues in northern states. Toyota extended warranties and replaced frames on affected trucks. Confirm any recalls were addressed. Second, scrutinize the tire wear patterns. Irregular front tire wear signals neglected alignment. Not a deal breaker, but negotiate $175 off and schedule an alignment immediately. Third, evaluate the exterior for rust, particularly on the frame and rear wheel wells. First-generation trucks in salt belt states can show corrosion. Surface rust is manageable, but structural rust is a deal breaker. Fourth, and this is the insider tip, locate one owned by empty nesters. Seriously, retired couples garage these trucks, follow every scheduled service precisely, and drive conservatively. A grandparent's Tundra with 70,000 miles is essentially a new vehicle. Who benefits from this truck? Highway commuters. The Tundra was engineered for cruising at 75 mph all day. It is quiet, comfortable, and delivers respectable fuel economy for a full-size V8. It is for anyone seeking full-size capability without full-size maintenance headaches. Families requiring genuine truck utility will love it, as the crew cab offers abundant room. It is for anyone intelligent enough to disregard badge perception. Who should avoid it? If you prioritize the latest technology, the Tundra's infotainment feels dated compared to competitors. If you need maximum towing capacity, other trucks pull more weight. If fuel economy is paramount, the V8 drinks noticeably more than turbocharged 6 cylinders. My conclusion on the Tundra: this represents the best value proposition you can find for a full-size truck under $30,000. It has proven V8 power and legitimate Toyota durability, priced as if the market does not comprehend its worth, because honestly, they do not. Top 3 Ford Maverick. This is an underrated compact truck that delivers the same drivetrain technology as a Toyota hybrid, the same reliability philosophy as a Honda, and more practicality than many compact SUVs. It is selling for $5,000 to $8,000 below comparable competitors because typical buyers assume it is too small to be useful. Let me describe a customer who almost dismissed this truck. 18 months ago, a young professional in her early 30s came in just starting a small business. She needed reliable transportation for city driving, plus occasional trips to suppliers. She had been shopping Honda CR-Vs and Toyota RAV4s, budgeting around $28,000. I asked whether she had considered the Ford Maverick. She laughed and said, "That tiny truck? I need something practical, not a toy." I brought her outside to see a customer's Maverick on my lot. I walked her through the bed features, the cabin dimensions, and the fuel economy figures. Then I showed her the math. The Maverick Hybrid achieves 37 to 42 miles per gallon combined. That is better than most compact SUVs. It carries 1,500 pounds of payload, and it has genuine truck utility with crossover comfort. She purchased a 2023 Maverick XLT Hybrid the following week for $27,000 with 18,000 miles. She messaged me last month. She is at 52,000 miles now with zero mechanical problems. She said that the truck had paid for itself in fuel savings alone. Here is the reality about the Maverick that many shoppers miss. Ford took proven technology from multiple platforms and combined it intelligently. The hybrid powertrain derives from the Ford Escape Hybrid, a system with years of real-world validation. The unibody chassis shares architecture with the Bronco Sport. This is not experimental engineering. It is tested components integrated intelligently. The 2.5L hybrid system produces 191 combined horsepower and delivers an EPA estimated 42 mm city and 33 on your highway. For perspective, the average compact SUV achieves about 28 mpg combined. Over 100,000 miles, that fuel efficiency difference saves you $4,000 to $5,000 in gas. Consumer Reports shows the 2023 and 2024 Maverick earning average to good reliability scores with owner satisfaction ratings at the top of the compact truck class. Car and Driver's 40,000-mile long-term test recorded just $52 in service costs across 15 months of ownership. Oil changes and filters only, 0 repairs. J.D. Power rates the Maverick 80 out of 100 for quality and reliability. U.S. News gives it 8.9 out of 10 overall. Kelley Blue Book awarded it Best Buy honors for 3 consecutive years. Current market pricing reveals the value opportunity. A 2023 Ford Maverick XLT Hybrid with 35,000 miles runs $24,000 to $28,000. A comparable 2023 Honda Ridgeline with similar mileage runs $32,000 to $38,000. A 2023 Toyota Tacoma SR5 with similar mileage runs $32,000 to $37,000. You are obtaining genuine truck utility at compact SUV pricing. The Maverick's projected reliability over time looks strong because of mechanical simplicity. The hybrid system uses an eCVT that is proven across hundreds of thousands of Toyota and Ford hybrids. There are no turbochargers to fail and minimal complexity to generate problems. For inspection, concentrate on these elements. First, verify hybrid battery health. Ask for any diagnostic records. These systems are generally robust, but confirming the battery condition protects your investment. Second, examine the bed. The flex bed system includes slots for 2x4s and 2x6, tie-down points, and available accessories. Confirm nothing is damaged or missing. Third, test the infotainment system completely. Some early 2022 models had software glitches, mostly resolved through updates. Ensure the screen responds promptly and that all functions work. Fourth, check the front-wheel drive system on hybrid models or the all-wheel drive system on EcoBoost models. Take it to a parking lot, turn the wheel fully, and drive circles. Smooth operation means a healthy drivetrain. Who should grab this truck? Urban and suburban dwellers who want truck utility without truck size. The Maverick fits in compact parking spaces while still hauling significant cargo. Budget-conscious buyers seeking the lowest total ownership cost between fuel savings, low maintenance, and a reasonable purchase price will find the Maverick likely costs less per mile than any truck on the market. Anyone who needs practical capability without caring about impressing strangers should consider it. Who should pass? If you tow heavy loads regularly, the Maverick maxes at 4,000 pounds with the tow package. Capable for small boats and trailers, but not heavy-duty work. If you need a longer bed, the 4.5-foot box has limitations. If you live in areas with severe winters and need maximum ground clearance, consider something with more off-road capability. Here is my ownership projection on the Maverick. Acquire it for $25,000, drive it 150,000 miles, spend perhaps $3,000 on maintenance, and save $5,000 in fuel compared to traditional trucks. No other truck on the market offers this value equation. Final summary of the top 3 trucks. So there you have it. 3 pickup trucks. The market overlooked, but mechanics did not. The Honda Ridgeline with its proven V6 and car-like comfort is the truck for people who want refinement and utility. The Toyota Tundra with its legendary durability and conservative engineering is the full-size truck that will outlast your mortgage. The Ford Maverick, the most undervalued truck in the market right now, delivers efficiency and genuine truck capability at compact SUV pricing. You now understand 3 trucks you can purchase for under $30,000 that will outlast vehicles costing twice as much. Next time a salesperson steers you toward a 3-year-old lease return with questionable reliability, you will have better options. This represents decades of observing trucks come and go through my shop. Drive safely, maintain your truck, and it will maintain you. Take it or leave it. See you in the next one. Call to action for the audience. If this breakdown changed the way you look at the used truck market, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We are uncovering the mechanical truths that dealerships try to keep hidden. Let us build a more reliable future for your garage. The next automotive treasure will be revealed soon. Like this video if it helped you save money and stay on the road longer.